Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft build. Today we're diving into the world of redstone as we create something super cool, a 100% random dice roller that works in both Java and Bedrock editions. Whether you're new to redstone or just looking for a fun new project, this build is perfect for you. I'll walk you through everything step by step, showing you how to make a fully functional, completely random dice roller using only redstone components. By the end of this video, you'll be able to use it in your own Minecraft worlds for all kinds of minigames or builds. Let's get money. Okay, so we're going to start off by placing 3 blocks on top of each other and then break the bottom 2, place a different block in above. I'm using smooth stone and then make a 3x3 square, which is 9 blocks around the smooth stone. Next, you're going to go to the corner here and place 8 blocks to create a 90-degree angle. This will be the spot where the dice will be displayed using redstone lamps. This will make it so that they can turn on and off, unlike glowstone and sea lantern, which have to stay on. Up here, I'm just putting all the numbers for the dice. I'm going to be using cobbled deep slate for the floor. I made this off the ground just so that you don't have to dig as much into the ground, especially if it's a flat world. You can make it on the ground, but it's more digging, which it makes more room for air. Coming out the back of the smooth stone, place 1 wool, then a redstone dust on top. Go down 1 block and place 2 more, as you can see I do here. After this, you're going to go down again towards the back of the build and place 1 more wool. The next wool you will place will be on the ground. Place another one behind this one. You will then place 1 in the ground, then another one towards the left side of the building, which should be facing towards you. Continue by going on the other side and placing 3 wool in front of each other and 1 to the left of where you are facing. This will house the piston that controls the shulker box system. Place the piston facing towards the back of the build. Make sure the repeater is set to 1 tick. This will be the default when you place 1 down. Place redstone dust on all the other wool. Build out 8 blocks in this direction. Going from left to right, place 3 redstone dust, then a repeater facing towards the back. This should also be set to 1 tick. Fill in the rest of the wool with redstone dust. Going to the furthest block, place 3 more wool blocks, all with redstone dust on top of it. Place 3 more wool blocks going towards the screen of our dice. All of these blocks will have repeaters on top of them, and they need to be set to 4 ticks each by pressing them each 3 times. 2 more redstone dust and wool will go in these spots. They will power the droppers. Now dig out the rest of the inside. This will give us more space to work with and make everything a little less complicated. Make sure you place yet another redstone dust and wool going towards the piston, but not touching it. This is where the shulker boxes will go. This is where you will need to dig some dirt. Place a glass block with redstone dust on it and make a redstone ladder down by placing redstone dust to the left and under the wool. Both repeaters that we need to place will be set to 4 ticks. Make sure to use a dropper for these, not a dispenser. The hopper needs to face its nozzle into the dispenser, which will dispense the shulker boxes. Make sure to set the repeaters to 4 ticks. I originally forgot to do that. Break the bottom dirt under where the piston will be and place another hopper facing towards the bottom dropper. We are now going to place 2 wool blocks to close in the area. We are now going to place redstone dust to connect the button to its system. Place a comparator coming out of this wool block. Place 3 different colored wool like this, and then place a chest on top of this last wool you placed. In the chest, you will need to put 1 stackable item. After doing that, place a block on top. Now we are going to place a comparator coming out of the chest. Our next step is going to be placing 6 wool down with a comparator on the first one. All of the others should have repeaters on top. make sure you click the second comparator to have one of the 3 lights on. Place a row of wool here. So I actually just remembered that all the repeaters in the one comparator need to have a target block underneath in order for it to work properly. So keep the same order for the repeaters and comparator, but replace all the wool blocks under with target blocks. Now we're going to place another row of wool in front of the repeaters and the comparator. The next step is to place redstone torches on all the target blocks. They should be facing towards the screen. After you're done that, place more redstone torches directly on top of the blocks with the other ones. Then we are going to place redstone lamps on top. Once that is done, place a line of redstone dust on the back row of wool and under. This next part is to show you how the filling and comparator system works with the shulker boxes. This is not necessary. You are going to place 6 comparators, each going in with increasing redstone dust from 1 to 6. This will demonstrate how the amount in the shulker box will affect the redstone signal. It gets weird, so pay attention to the amounts I tell you. I'm just adding pistons here to make it more obvious when it's triggered. Now I'm just placing all the shulker boxes down. The first 2 start out how you'd expect, but after that it gets wonky. So the numbers of stacks are 1, then 2, 4, 6, 8, and you guessed it, 10. The reasoning behind this is so that a full shulker box only equals 15. Otherwise, the boxes could only hold 15 stacks of items to be redstone compatible. So you will actually need 2 boxes of each one so that a number has a chance of rolling twice in a row like on a real die. It takes a few rolls for the box to exit the system, causing the need for 2. If you're in creative mode, it's actually very easy to duplicate them, just break and place to do it. Once you have the 12 shulker boxes loaded to make this, place 9 of them in a dispenser. Make sure to have at least 1 of each number in the dispenser. The other 3 left over will be put in the hopper that feeds the dispenser. I am just replacing the dispensers with hoppers here to make it work because I didn't do that before, and also reloading the dispenser with shulker boxes. You can see how it works here. It is fairly difficult to see what is actually happening as the area where the most action happens needs to be closed. Feel free to open the area with caution to view it working. It may break the system though, so be very cautious. As you can see, the boxes are cycling well. None of them are getting stuck, and it's replenishing the dispenser with more boxes. Quickly add a button there. Make sure you try out your dice roller before decorating it so you can fix it if it's not working. I will now do a quick fly around for you to check if you made any mistakes. This is the red coder system here. There should be 1 stackable item in the chest. An example would be dirt. Make sure the redstone comparator facing the redstone torch is in subtract mode. In the other words, the red light is on. There should be a redstone line all connected to the target block. Now we are going to look over the randomizer. The dispenser should have 9 shulker boxes, at least 1 of each to start with. The hopper should have the other 3 shulker boxes to start. These should be set to 4 ticks each, as well as the ones above it. The other 2 repeaters should be only set to 1 tick though. I am now going to decorate it. Feel free to decorate however you like. I want to make it so the redstone lamps will go on and off to look like the lights are moving in a line. I have now finished decorating the random dice roller. As you can see, I used a clock trigger from the last video to trigger the observer sequence. I even slowed it down using repeaters. the lights are actually able to be turned on and off. This would be useful if you find them really distracting. The decorations are very expensive, so I don't really recommend doing it in survival mode, especially using redstone lamps. You need something like 64 observers, which costs way too much for the average person's survival world. When we press the button, one of the 6 lamps will end up lighting up. This will correspond to the sign on top. The first one is 2, now it is 3, then 5, and so on. To make it less distracting, I've turned off the lights. This build can be so useful if you want to create a game that uses like a die. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed learning how to build a 100% random die. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on what I should build next.